Hello, and welcome to the channel. My name is Teeter, and today we're going to be playing The Binding of Isaac AB+. Now, the reason I want to play The Binding of Isaac from the beginning is because Edmund McMillen just announced the finalized release date of The Binding of Isaac Repentance, which is the newest DLC that's been forthcoming for a very long time now. It's very exciting. It's supposed to nearly double the size of the game, so in anticipation of that, I'm just going to go ahead and start a brand new save file and see just how far we can get. Now, I do want to try to get as many unlocks as possible in the early runs, so we'll just step through them here and see what we need to do. Have to have 7 heart containers, hold 55 pennies, not pick up hearts for 2 levels, not take damage for 2 levels, have 4 soul hearts, and take 3 devil deals in 1 game. So if you don't know what any of that is, that's okay. We'll get into that shortly here. But I'm just going to start my very first run as our boy Isaac. So, basics of the game. You can move in any direction using the analog stick. You can only shoot in 4 directions, up, down, left, and right. Over here on the left we have our stats. We have your speed, which is how fast you move. Your range, which is how far your tiers shoot across the screen. Your tier count, which is how fast you shoot, or how many bullets you shoot in a period of time. Your shot speed, which is how fast your tiers move across the screen. Your damage, which is how much damage you do to enemies. Pretty straightforward there. And your luck stat, which impacts the pickups that you get in each room. These bottom 2 stats, these are your angel and devil deals. Those become more relevant as you complete floors, so we will get to that eventually. Okay, first room is nice and easy. We got ourselves a card. This card will give us a temporary stat increase for 1 room when we play it. Come on, guy. Come this way. Come at me, bro. Tons of rocks in this room. None of them tinted. There's a tinted rock. Alright, this pink guy here, he is a champion variant of the enemy. You can see that he occasionally shoots out 1 tear or piece of blood from the top of his head. All pink champions will do that. But any champion, any tinted variant will do 1 full heart of damage to you instead of just half a heart. So you want to be extra careful around these guys. Alright, over here you can see we have a tinted rock. It's tinted because the color is slightly different, but also, most notably, it has a little X on it. When you blow these up, you tend to get extra items. In our case, we got a little chest that contains goat head. So this doesn't take effect yet, but goat head is an item that guarantees that you get devil deals at the end of every floor, which I will talk about shortly. Alright, here's another variant. This guy will turn into a little puddle of guts before we kill him. So you just gotta make sure you follow up there and get the kill. And that's the room. Alright, this little gold door here is going to be our treasure room. This always gives us 1 free item per floor. Sometimes they're locked, so you may need a key to get in here, but on the first floor it's always open. The mulligan. I think this will spawn flies from inside enemies when they get killed. Oh, not even. I think they just come from our tiers? Not sure. Should be able to break this rock and this pot and rock. The pots often contain spiders or coins, and sometimes under rocks you'll find crawl spaces that let you go into a basement and pick up an item. But there we didn't seem to see anything. I did just trade a bomb for a bomb, so that's fine. Alright, it looks like we're just shooting out flies kind of randomly, so not a bad thing. The flies are basically homing bullets that do the same amount of damage as your tiers. We have our first boss fight. This is probably the easiest boss in the game. The hardest part is you manage to break his body into pieces, because they will all move on their own. It also can be a little difficult to maneuver around all of his little poops that he drops. If you can clear the poops in the room while you fight him, it's not a bad thing because it gives you more room to maneuver. You don't want to get trapped between him and a couple turds. Okay, so we did break him in half. That's okay, this 1 half is very short, so we should be able to take it out pretty quickly. Just like that. Alright, so the item we get is just an HP up. You'll see that we get an extra heart container in the top there. And we are on our merry way. So now we're on the 2nd floor. My devil deal chance goes up to 100%. Because we have this goat head, this guarantees that we will always have a chance for a devil deal. If you don't take damage on the floor, you are guaranteed to have an option to trade a heart container with the devil for a pretty powerful item. Okay, we get a Capricorn, all stats up. Usually when you see those blue things, they represent the zodiac signs, and most of the time they're pretty good. I don't know if there's any I actually pass up. Okay, we have a mini boss fight here with Sloth. He just shoots these little leech things out and will occasionally shoot a toxic bomb, like that. I like to clear out the ads as soon as possible so that I don't accidentally trip into them, but I also care to do as much damage as I can to the boss. Dice Shard. So this gives you 2 different abilities when you use it. The first is the D6 effect, which Isaac eventually gets all the time. Lets you reroll pedestal items and stuff. The D20, I don't remember what that does, but it's another reroll, like pickups or something. I will leave this in here for now, because I do want to use the devil, I guess, on the boss fight. Okay, we do another tinted rock here, so I will bomb into this and see what we get. It is a soul heart. I do not want to pick up hearts on this floor, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. Okay, these little nematode looking guys, they'll only shoot at you if they can see you. So if you're not in their line of sight, you should be able to avoid the shot. This big guy is going to shoot a trail of creep that will damage us if we walk on it. We took him out nice and quick. And those nematode guys you can actually hit when they're under the ground for a split second after they first duck under. We'll pop the devil card because we do want to go back and get the dice shard. And I'm going to take out the ads first just to give us some room to move here. Okay, Jesus Juice gives us a higher damage stat as well as a bigger range stat. Because of Go Ahead, we immediately get the opportunity for a Devil Deal. Now I will go into here just to tell you what it's about, but basically you can give up a full heart container to get one of the items on the floor that are offered here. Sometimes you'll see chests in here or free black hearts you can take, so it's always worthwhile to come in here even if you don't plan to buy anything. I am, however, going to go back for my dice shard. Alright, and we're on to the next floor. And there we go, we unlocked Eve. So now we can pick up hearts, that's great. Now I picked up an Eternal Heart a little bit prematurely. What those little white hearts do is if you get 2 of them, or if you finish a floor with 1 in your possession, it will give you an extra heart container, which is great. However, I picked it up at the beginning of the floor, and if I take damage, that will go right away. Okay, got a locked item room here. This is Continuum. This means that your tears, when they go off screen, they'll come back around on screen, kind of like the original Super Mario Brothers game. These guys all shoot diagonally, so as long as no one's really above us, we should be okay here. I said watching someone get above me and doing nothing about it. So I did lose my Eternal Heart there. I should have waited till the end of the floor to pick that up. Alright, so enemies like this you can actually cheese a little bit if you have Continuum, because you can shoot them from the opposite side. Same here, we can just shoot across the level. Kind of fun way to do things. Same goes for this Gertie fight actually, because all of his enemies spawn behind him, you could technically just shoot downward and hit him and his enemies. And we did get an angel room. So these differ from the devil deals because they'll give you the items for free. But as you see on the left here, the upright cross said there was a 50% chance of it being an angel room, and we were guaranteed to get either an angel room or a devil room. So we just got lucky and got the angel room instead. And we get Circle of Protection. So what this does is any incoming tears that come your way will be slowed down and I think deflected away from you a little. Yeah, so it's deflecting tears occasionally. Made that room kind of weird, but I guess it showed it off in a way. Alright, we have a bunch of keys, so I am going to use a key in here. Sometimes the locks themselves will drop coins, but we just get some coins and a key back. And we get an arcade. Arcades let you spend coins to try and gamble for more money or certain pickups. I don't feel the need to bother with only 10 coins. Ace of Spades. So this is our first trinket that we're seeing here. This gives us a temporary condition while we hold it. This specific one ups the chance of finding cards as drops in rooms. Alright, so in rooms like this, Continuum is great because you can actually just shoot at the enemies before they're even on your screen just by shooting down. Don't know where you're shooting really, so all the kills you get are kind of just accidental. But keeps you safe, you don't have to get too close to enemies before killing them. And if you have a pretty high range stat, then you can just do that all day. It'll go through the entire room. Alright, here's our item room. I will take out the exploding champion first, in hopes that it would take out the other guys. There we go. It has 2 bombs in it. I will try to bomb this rock into the crevice there, because now we can go and pick up 2 bombs. And we'll just get our item real quick. Okay, this is Kamikaze. This item allows you to blow yourself up in lieu of bombs, but it does cause damage too if you don't have something that prevents explosive damage. And we do have a restock box here, so instead of using my dice shard, I will elect to just blow up this restock box and get something else. The toilet flusher will just flush a room of enemies and leave a bunch of poop on the ground. Very slow charge, so I'm not a fan. Unicorn Horn is an active item that lets you get a My Little Pony kind of Mario Star effect. And Cupid's Arrow gives you piercing tears, but because we have Continuum, we already have piercing tears. Spider Sack lets you spawn spiders every couple rooms. And this is one of the syringe items, which tends to give you pretty good stat boosts. This one is a speed and range up. Alright, this boss will charge at you and try to swallow you. You can drop a bomb in his mouth if you wish. I usually do that if I'm kind of in a desperate situation. If he's about to hit me or something, I'll drop a bomb. I suppose I could show it off, but I don't think we'll need to. Whoops. Could have shown it off there. Little Chubby has appeared in the basement, and we do get another HP up, which is good. Some of the HP ups will fill up your heart containers, some of them do not. Like the old bandage just gives you a new heart container, but it leaves everything else that's empty still empty. Getting pretty close to the end of the run, only 2 more floors left. Hopefully I do get 1 more HP up by then. If you blow up these wardrobes, you can get a pill. Hopefully this pill will be good.
Health down.
It was the only pill I wouldn't have wanted, so that's nice. Okay, we get a soul heart. I will pick this up. Soul hearts add temporary health to the end of your heart containers. So if we lose this heart, it won't empty, it'll just go away. We get a card, the Hierophant. This spawns 2 soul hearts. Stigmata, I think this is a damage up. And HP up. Okay, so we would have been at 7 if I didn't take that pill earlier. What do you know? Okay, the line of sight thing still applies to these guys, so you'll see only one of them is shooting at a time. This time neither of them shot. And you can still kill these guys when they're under the ground too. Toss a bomb down. Get a chest with Guppy's head in it. This item specifically will spawn a couple blue flies that will attack for you every couple rooms. Okay, the Joker card takes us right to the Angel or Devil deal. I'm hoping it's an Angel deal so that we don't have to give up a heart container for a benefit. Okay, so we'll spawn a couple flies with Guppy's head. And I will use the Joker card now just to see. Yeah, it is a Devil deal. That's unfortunate. The blue flames on this level you can bomb to potentially get some soul hearts. In our case, we didn't find any. That's alright. We'll go to the shop actually. I'll hit the shop before the boss fight. Okay, item here, BFF will make any familiars you have bigger. It doesn't impact flies though, so we don't really have a use for it. I can use the dice shard to re-roll the shop, but I don't really want to do that. And at the top here we have a donation machine where we can donate our money to our future selves for future runs. Adding money to the donation machine can also upgrade your shop if you put enough in there. But our machine just jammed on us. No way to unjam it during a run. You just have to deal with the fact that you can't put any more money into it. Okay, it's the Loki fight. Usually not too bad. The most annoying part of this fight is that little spiky block that's bouncing around the room. And the fact that I just walked into an exploding fly. That's not so fun. Can use the flies to clear up the room a little bit so we have more room to move away from that stupid block. So I guess I'm not taking damage for 2 floors on this run. This isn't an HP up, but I will re-roll it in hopes that it is. And it's not. Maybe one of these pills will be an HP up. No gods. And this is just the same devil deal we've already seen. There is still an item room in a shop on this floor, so we could potentially find something to buy or pick up that'll be an HP up. Okay, so we get the Hermit card. This takes you right to the shop and gets you into the shop without spending a key. Naturally nothing in here, and I can pay money to the restock box to try and get another item to buy, potentially. Okay, or not, just waste all my coins because it didn't restock after the second time. That's cool. 2 of hearts will double your current heart amount, so if you have any empty heart containers, it can be used to fill those up. The stars will take you to the item room. Crack the sky. Okay, so this shoots down some beams of light that damage enemies. One makes you small, makes your hitbox smaller, so it's not a bad pill to pick up. So the room we went in was the shop, so this is going to be a library. And this contains the Bible. Okay, so I'm going to hang on to Crack the Sky just to show what it does. But I will be taking the Bible instead. So that's the Crack the Sky effect. It didn't kill both enemies, but it did kind of show off what it does. The Bible can be used to kill Mom. If you activate it in the Mom fight, she'll die instantly. So it's pretty nice that we found it right before taking that fight. So this is the Mom fight. I'm just going to pop my Bible. Apparently that unlocks the Halo, which is an all stats up item. It ends the run.
Isaac was cornered.
So I skipped the cutscene. Whoopsies. Unlock a bunch of stuff, mostly challenges to do. They're just modified runs that give you certain items and stuff that you have to work with and see if you can beat certain bosses with them. But that's that. That's the first run of the Binding of Isaac on our new save file here. Okay, so that's going to do it for this run. If you tuned in, I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to check out some of my other videos, as I will be posting more content just like this very shortly. I thank you again for your support, and until next time, I hope you take care. Bye now.